Hi guys, welcome back to the Mindcrack server with you always. My name is Zisteau. Today we're going to be setting up the furnace shutter in the lens, the bottom level down there. We farmed enough slime balls last time, I think, to finish at least the first two floors. I'll probably have to go back to do the third one. Each floor is a little bit bigger than the one below it, so it's going to take a lot more pistons to do this one than the one on the bottom, but we have enough to do the bottom for sure. First thing we have to do is get some supplies. Whoa, don't run. Don't run off there. I had a little understeer problem there. What am I looking for? Here we go. So we have here, we'll just do this quickly. We have enough here to do 2 stacks of sticky pistons, which should be enough, at least for the first floor. I think I have everything I need, but there's something important we have to discuss while I'm crafting these. We're gonna have to take a brief detour. Is this right, or is it the other way? It's this way. We're gonna have to take a brief detour in our plans today to we've got something sad we have to do. I'm sorry, but there's no other way around it. It seems that while we were away, our dear friend Paws was snooping around our place. I don't know what he was doing. He says he was looking around and he accidentally murdered Gargamel. Or, not Gargamel, Gargantuan. Maybe I'll name the next one Gargamel. Let's see, that goes there. I guess I had an extra stack of stone on me. Alright, so there's 2 stacks of sticky pistons. Paws was messing around in our house, and I don't know what he was doing, but, leather boots. Look at that. He pushed Gargantuan into a wall and suffocated him. And Gargantuan is no more. He's no longer with us. So first thing we have to do today is go pay our respects to Gargantuan. I don't really like cats, but I did sort of develop a little bit of a fondness for him. He will be missed. Revenge will be had, I guess, maybe, I don't know. Oh, look, the boat got out. This is the second boat I've seen doing this right here. I know I could just shut off the waterfall to let the boats drop down, but I kind of think they're funny. So I haven't really bothered. I don't know how many are left, maybe 1 or 2. Gargantuan is no more. So this was his little spot here. Let's take the sign. We will need the sign. We're going to need a few other things. 1 piece of stone. It's handy that I do happen to have quite a bit of experience with burying pets. So we're going to need that and that. And a torch, which I have on me, and a flower. And I think Gargantuan will have a yellow flower. There. Alright. So, do you have anything to say for yourself?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I just want to come check out your lens.
Would you like to say a few words?
I didn't know him very well, but his shrieks of pain will forever live in my brain. It was horrible. Looked like a cool kitty, though. I'm sorry, Z. I'm sorry.
Son of a bitch. Killing my cat. Maybe I should just murder yours in return.
I don't have one. Kurt J. Cat drowned.
Oh, that's right.
Poor little guy.
Well, there lies Gargantuan. So long, buddy.
Rest in peace, bro. I didn't mean it.
Well, now that we've got that taken care of, let's actually get to work building. I suppose I will replace my pet eventually. It's not really high on my list of priorities. He wasn't really doing much. I mean, I suppose theoretically he was scaring creepers away. But anyway, that was a little guest starring spot by Positively Unpositively. So today we're working on this area. First thing I want to do is put up a box of supplies just in case I accidentally fall, which is quite likely to happen. So let's just drop a bunch of this stuff. I don't want to lose, particularly the sticky pistons are kind of valuable because of the amount of time it takes to farm the slime balls to produce them. Okay, that's good. So what do we want to do first? First thing we want to do... Actually, let's go get some stone and get some furnaces. I'm thinking the furnaces are going to be stacked 3 or 4 high. 5 is probably going to be inconvenient to reach up to manipulate, but we could probably manage 5 high. With 4 stacks of stone. There we go. Alright, and once again I'm wearing my handy dandy trusty feather falling foreboots. I know that I cannot sprint and hit the water from here. But only 1 heart of damage. That's pretty good. Not bad at all. Alright, back down here. Ow. So the furnaces are going to go here and here. Let's go ahead and put the first one in. Basically I want to set things up. This is going to be a basic blueprint for how we approach the other floors. Oh, that's not right. Let's go ahead and remove that. And remove that. And we'll remove that on all 4 sides. And we'll just set up 1 layer of the furnaces just so I can help myself visualize what exactly we're doing. Like that. Okay, and then the furnaces will be like this. Like that, and when the sandstone gets retracted, it'll go right there. So you won't be able to see back here at all. Furnace there, furnace there, furnace there, furnace there. Alright, then let's go back to the box, which is over here. I think this is bright enough that monsters shouldn't be that big of a problem unless they are still spawning down on this thing. I lit up a lot of that. Some of my scaffolding, this dirt around the edge, is probably still dark. Oh, I have not fixed that. Let's do that right now before I forget, because it's going to drive me nuts. This is a hole that a creeper blew while I was... I guess there was scaffolding here too, and he blew that up. Let's fix that. There we go. And basically, I stopped using diamond tools pretty much altogether when I'm up here. It's too easy to lose things. So we're going to need sticky pistons, redstone torches, some blocks to build with. We'll use sandstone. And that'll be good. We're not going to set up the wiring in first. We're going to get basically all the pistons up first things first. So, there's going to be a block here, pushed to here. We're going to need a piston there, 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 and there, like that. 4 high. I think 4 high looks good. Yeah, I was thinking of doing it 5 high. I don't even know if I can reach 5 high to manipulate a furnace. I guess I could, but it just gets a little awkward to reach up that high, and I think 32 furnaces is enough. A lot of my cooking I'll be doing in the mine. If I'm down there, basically, I mean, I'll come to here and do mass furnacing every once in a while, but a lot of this is just for show, to be honest. Oop, that's in the wrong spot. Like that. 3, 4. That kind of looks. They kind of look like loudspeakers, like the big ones you would see at a concert or something. Kind of looks cool by themselves. All right, let's get rid of this marker. That was just done to illustrate where the piston's gonna go. Pachow. And you can see pretty much right away why this is gonna take a lot of pistons. I think I started with the stack. And right off the bat, we're going to have used 32 of them. And I think last one, there. Okay, so that's going to be for those. Then we're going to have pistons here as well, closing and opening the door. And if you notice, they're separated by 1 block, so we can power them in this corridor with redstone torches and blocks that are being powered by redstone torches. So we can do this. And I've thought about this layout quite a bit, and I've tinkered with it in creative mode. I don't have all the details totally figured out. I don't think you really should have all the details figured out until you build it for real. I think there should definitely be some trial and error. Why is this different? Because of the ladder? Is the ladder throwing me off? No, these pistons are in the wrong place. That's what it is. Okay. Alright, I definitely don't want to lose these guys to the void down below. That's really hard to recover. Alright, let's put these back where they're supposed to be, which is there. Okay, that looks more like it. Whoops. Okay, give me that back. And, whoops. Turn you this way. I'm going to have to move that ladder at some point during this building process. So, for all these sets of pistons, we've got wiring that we can connect here. Alright, all of those are done. We are not going to put the sandstone that fills this column quite yet, but we are going to get to that. Actually, let's go ahead and do like we did with the furnaces. Let's do the bottom row, just so we can visualize what the hell it is we are doing, and then we have a few more pistons to place. Okay, so we still have to do the ones under here. I'm going to have to go down there to the scaffolding. There's going to be stairs, which I don't have. I need to pick up. There will be stairs right there. Let's grab some. And 16, is that going to be enough? 1, 2, 3, I need 12. Yeah, so I'm going to use almost a full stack. And then I'm going to need to push this block and this block to completely close this door. And I may actually change this in the future so that they're pushing down and up. I don't know. We'll see. Scaffolding. How do I get down to that? I've got this. Is that my only... Oh, there's a ladder. Right. That works. Let's go down here. Oh, boy. I meant to enchant my stuff, or my pickaxe or something, before I came. I still owe 3 enchanted diamond picks to the enchanting exchange. Whoops. In the nether hub, I had to use them to do Paus's prank in a more timely manner. I think I used like 8 or 9 of my own diamond picks and ran out. So we need to get up there. Maybe the best way actually would just be to hover under the stairs. Actually, no, that's a bad idea. I'm gonna need something a little more permanent. Whoa, God. Yes, I just said the word permanent. Is that like finish an entire bottle or something? That must be like a huge penalty in the drinking game to say the word permanent. I don't think I've ever said that before. So there's going to be stairs right there getting pushed out by pistons. Kapow! Wow. How am I going to do this? I guess I need to be right up underneath here. Is probably the best way. And then make myself a little ring around the waterfall like this. I guess I'll use these. I've got a decent amount. I don't want to just burn them up on stuff like this though. Okay, so the stairs are going to go there. The pistons need to go there. Like this. And I'm going to have to build actually quite a bit of scaffolding to wire all this up. And the circuit, which... Whoa, shit! I guess this is the least dangerous place to fall, because I can always duck back into this waterfall. But still scares the hell out of me. I need to grab more cobble next time I go up there. I really don't want to make scaffolding out of sandstone, because I have a limited amount of sandstone. It's much easier to get cobble. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, those are the 12. And let's go ahead and put the stairs in these. Like so. Careful not to fall again. And then we will, we're going to take a little side trip to my test world to look at some circuits. This one works on levers. This is a fairly common exclusive NOR. where basically the output is this red wire right there, and it works with 2 switches. So you can always turn it on and off from either one. And you can use this if you want like a doorway and you want a lever on the inside and the outside, and you don't want to have to worry about which position you leave the lever in. I don't want to use levers though, I want to use buttons. So this is one possibility. This is the first circuit I was thinking of using. It's a little bit big for what I wanted. This is something Stick Aside showed me from my Life on Pagoda multiplayer series. He's sort of our resident redstone expert. He does a lot of crap like this. There is the output, this red stone wire right there. And I need 4 inputs, so it splits like this pretty conveniently. You can see the redstone turning on and off. It doesn't matter what button you hit. Basically, the pistons push this block back and forth. When it's not there, this redstone wire doesn't get power. When it is here, this torch powers the block, which powers the line. A little too bulky. Then I found this guy, which is basically a block update circuit, which works in a similar way. And it works by using a sticky piston to push a sandstone block, and it retracts every other time faster than the game can account for, and so it gets left. It gets left every other time, and the output is this right here. So this is the one we're going to use in case block update mechanics like this break in some patch. It's possible that it's a glitch they're thinking of fixing. It's possible they're never going to change it. If this ever gets broken, we're going to change it to this. But that's later. We're not worried about that. This is the most compact button-operated on-off that I could do with 4 inputs. So this is what we're going to use. And tell you what, just for fun, here's a little sneak peek at something I have coming in a few days. What's that? Oh, a TNT cannon. Oh. Oh, look at that. It keeps firing. Anyway, back to Mindcrack. And I had to modify things a little bit. I remembered that I don't want all of the pistons on at the same time. The way I had it wired up before with the torches coming up here through the center, it turns them all on and off at the same time. I don't want that. What I want to happen is that you come in here, the doors are open, and the storage, I guess, is closed, where it's you can't see it. You come in, you hit the switch, or the pressure plate, I guess, and the doors close and the storage opens. So I can't have those hooked up on the same torches. So I had to move the torches that are associated with these pistons. And I've been working on trying to turn these pistons off basically by powering this doesn't work. I've been trying different configurations to get these to turn off, and the way I did it, I ended up actually having to break that shell, and I wasn't sure what to do about that. I think what I'm going to do is move these pistons to above and below the door anyway. One thing I think may look a little odd once these close off is there's going to be sandstone here, sandstone here, sandstone here, but then one block of wood, which may look a little strange. But anyway, I'm having trouble. For instance, if I get rid of that and put this there so that the outer shell is intact, I don't exactly know how to power these without conflicting with these because they're so close. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to move them just for convenience sake. So we're going to want them there, and directly, is there something under here? Let's check. There's not. So let's put something under there. So we're going to do it an above and below strategy for these doors, and I think that may actually look a little cooler when it opens and closes, how it's going to sort of pinch down like Jaws. Let's get down here so we can catch that. Catch it! Alright. So let's remove these. And this is all part of the trial and error process. I don't come into these with everything figured out. I think that'll look better anyway once we're done. Okay, a little update for you guys. I built a little platform underneath here to build a little bit better, a little bit more efficiently. I've added the stairs in here. Actually, they're already there, but what I did was I did a little temporary wiring to turn them on. So all of these stairs are pushed forward, all these blocks right here, these three. There's a little temporary setup right there. They're being powered by this. I'm going to switch that to the wiring in a bit. All 4 sides are powered up, and I also have these temporarily wired up. I'm going to have to invert those to turn them off. But this is the doorway being pushed up on the bottom and going up to the top. Alright guys, another update. I've completely rewired everything. Everything is good to go with the exception of the circuit connected to the pressure plates. Right here. No, right there. They're hard to see. I may turn those into stone just to make them a little easier to see. They are pretty minimal, which I like. I went ahead and added the sandstone to here. So you can see right now it's in the recessed position. So the storage is exposed. You can see the furnaces. I haven't put them all in yet because we're still working on wiring. The doors are closed here. You can't get out. And this circle has been constricted to 3x3, where before it's a 5 diameter circle. Okay, so I had to completely rethink the way the wiring worked to get this to work the way it's going to need to work. So the wiring is going down through here. It's going to hit that circuit, and then the output is going to go out to each of these things. So there is a redstone torch right here, which is being inverted by this redstone torch right here. Okay, so this is keeping that off. And when I hook up the circuit, the output of the circuit is going to invert this guy, which is going to turn that on, which powers this this repeater, which powers this block, which powers this repeater. It's a little complicated, but this is the only way I could figure out to do it within the space I had. Ooh, getting a little lag. I'm rendering a video at the moment, but I'm just showing off wiring, so hopefully it's not a big deal. So this piston, or this repeater, pushes these pistons. This torch powers this block, which sends power to this redstone, which powers these pistons, and in a likewise fashion that turns that and that on, which turns that on. All those get pushed, and then also this repeater sends power to this block, sends power to this, which sends a, whoops, I must have broken this at some point. Nope, not like that. It should be like that, which will invert this and open the door when the storage is removed. So that takes care of the storage and the top of the doors. And then down here, oh god, thank God for waters and ladders. Right here is the bottom part of the door. These pistons right here are pushing up the bottom part of the door. They're being activated by these repeaters, powering these blocks, powering those pistons. And these pistons are these repeaters are powering these pistons, which are constricting this opening right there. Okay, and those are all being powered. I'm a little tongue-tied right now. They're all being powered by this redstone torch right there. Wow, getting a lot of lag. It's not from the game, I'm pretty sure of that. Okay, last update. The wiring is done. It's not completely optimal. It's not quite as efficiently wired out as I'd like it. I'd like to tuck it into the wall as much as possible. I'm going to make it pretty in a different video, but it is functional. It's all hooked up. So one last time, right here, the pressure plate, one of the pressure plates is right up there, powers this, goes down to this on-off circuit. The output comes to here, which is currently turned on, comes up here for this quadrant, right? Comes up here and turns that torch off, which keeps all of these off. This is the bottom part of the door. This is this part of the hole. Then it also goes up around there in a sort of indirect pattern and turns this off, which turns off all the or keeps all of the storage closed and the top of the door open. So it sort of snakes around from there. This is the output. It goes around to each corner and it crosses over the input. The input here, this track that's not on, this is the input coming in from the different pressure plates. There's another pressure plate up there. This is an input coming down here through there, and then the output coming back through this way and crossing over top with repeaters, powering that block going through here. And this is a little bit cleaner, this design, than the other one. It's not quite as convoluted because I had more space, because the circuit wasn't directly underneath it. So the power comes up here, turns that off, keeps these off, turns that off. Okay, so let's go take a look at it. I got rid of the ladder. Let's go ahead and ride up. And I did a little bit of, it's daytime. I did a little bit of preliminary sort of fitting out this area. This isn't permanent, it's temporary. I just, God, every time I say temporary now I laugh. But this is just to sort of get an idea. Eventually the wood is going to come up and meet the underside of this layer in sort of a similar design for what's going to be under here. Eventually all of this wiring, once I make it a little bit more efficient, it's going to be hidden underneath the lens. It won't be visible. There we go. I hit the pressure plate. One thing about this design I'll say is that it's very easy to hit the pressure plates. But anyway, so we hit the pressure plate, doors close, and all the timing isn't totally perfect yet. So they don't all open and close like I think the top is a little bit, let's look at it again. Yeah, the top is a little bit delayed. Yep, there we go. It works. The furnace shutter has been finished. You notice here, let's look down here. These aren't, I haven't finished the timing, so it's not totally done, but it is functional. And because we're in multiplayer, it is kind of laggy. You see some blocks disappear and reappear. Like that. Yeah, you can see them sort of flickering. But it works! Oh man, this took a lot of time and energy to record and to figure all this stuff out. But now we can use the wiring as a blueprint on how to move forward with the next two layers. Next time, we're going to be exploring something very cool I found while I was looking around. I've never seen something like this before. We're going to go explore that next time. Time after that, we're not going to build the next layer. We're going to... Let's open the doors. The time after that exploration video, the next construction video, we're going to lay out some shapes of the sort of outlying rooms that will be coming off of these pathways, and I might update the stairs right here. I decided to go ahead and make these square instead of rounded. So there's going to be a straight staircase here that goes up to this diagonal, and then another straight one that will go up to the straight section way up there, and it'll be mirrored. There'll be one on the other side, so it'll sort of be like a double helix. Anyway, that's it for this video. Whew! This video may be long. I'll have to wait to see what the editing is like. I don't think I can hit that water from here. Yeah, definitely cannot. Where can I jump off to? So anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Next time we'll do some exploration. Geronimo! Oh god, am I gonna make it? Hit the water, hit the water. Oh wow. Ow. Oh, good. I didn't die, yay!